Around here, we love local, and this morning we're going to teach you about a place that you might not have heard of before, but this is a really interesting concept. It's called Bear Creek Hardwoods. Becky Button is joining us, and I'm going to have you explain what you do because I've never heard of this before, but it sounds so cool.
It sounds like something from a century ago.
Right.
And it's a cool service. Tell us about it.
Well, we have what they call a band sawmill. It's a big mill that's got a band on it, and we bring in the logs and we cut them into boards, and then people are able to use those boards however they want. We're able to do whatever dimensions they want.
How is this business able to survive? Like, we love supporting local and we want to make sure people come to you, but why is a business like this able to survive when you have, say, Lowe's or Menards or things like that?
Lowe's, you can get standard. You can get a 2x4, a 2x6, a 1x10. We can cut whatever you want.
Whatever
size
you want.
Yeah, if you want a 10x10 mantle, I've cut it.
Now, do I have to bring you the tree, the wood, or can we get it from your
We've got logs.
shop?
We've got logs. My husband owns a tree service, so a lot of times he'll take trees out of people's yards.
So what kind of logs are we looking at here now?
All kinds, mostly hardwood, a lot of pine.
And how big around do we?
My sawmill will do 36 inches up.
So 3 feet across.
3 feet across. Yeah, if it's bigger than that, then we have to use a different sawmill.
And
but that's pretty big.
Refer to this as dimensional lumber. So if you order a 2x4, it's 2 inches by 4 inches.
Yes.
As opposed to a big box store where it's 1.5 by 3.5.
Exactly. It's whatever they want.
One of the things I learned that I didn't realize was that you talk about older homes in Des Moines, these homes that are kind of closer to downtown. When they built those homes, they were framed with hardwood trees, and then of course those were gone, and then now you get pine or whatever. But you can still get some of these things done where you work.
We, in fact, we helped a guy. He was restoring a barn, and he wanted to use the original type of wood that we had and the original dimensions. So we cut that for him, and it turned out beautiful. You know, it's those sort of things that we can do very easily, whereas your box stores can't do that.
What's the price difference?
Let's see. Let's go get to the bottom line here, because some people are saying, "Sure, I can have it done," but how pricey is it?
It's not as expensive as you might think.
Okay.
Per hour to saw is $75.
Oh, geez,
of course,
that's not bad.
A typical log takes me an hour and 15 minutes. I mean, if it's
and what can you get out of
it? Size.
What can you get out of a log about this big? How many boards can you get out of that? So
depends on what type.
Here we have a video here.
There's a lot of variances in there with the wood and things like that. But
that log there,
for example. That log there, that's a walnut log. There, I'm putting it on the mill.
Well, and where are you going to get dimensional walnut? I mean, that's so cool.
And that's the thing, yeah.
And I love that
you really do it.
I love that you're
now, do you get paid the same as your husband does? We were talking about that earlier. Okay.
I don't get a lot of pay, but I get a lot of fringe benefits.
Okay, I'm sure you do. Okay.
So there, cool. That's the first cut. You figure out, you have to measure to see what's going to be level. So there's the first cut.
I never knew this happened around here.
This is so cool.
And then I'll turn it. You can see that I've turned it because now this side is flat.
Right.
Gotcha.
And there's the sawdust coming out.
That is a big honking saw.
Do you do anything with the exterior parts that you cut off? Like, do people use that for decorating? Or
people do it for decorating. A lot of people just come and use it for firewood.
Okay.
We also have a kiln, so that's our fuel for
that
the kiln.
piece right there almost looks like you can turn that into a table or a bar.
Yeah.
That is really a cool
I'm just
deal.
pulling it off and going to take it and stack it.
And how many days a week do you work?
5 to 6.
That's too many. Now,
now, do you clean it off, or is it or do people request that they kind of want the rough look to it, or they want it to be clean?
It can be anything. This is countertop material we made. That's thicker. That was like for countertops. We left what we call the wane on that, which is the live edge, because a lot of people like that.
They love that look.
They love that rustic look.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
So let's say you can pimp your husband's tree service if you'd like. What is it called?
Adel Tree Company.
Let's say easy enough. Okay.
Yeah, let's say Adel Tree Company comes and I've got a big tree I need to be taken down. Maybe it's an ash tree. You're going to get plenty of ash.
Yeah, we have lots of ash.
Is that good wood, by the way?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, very underutilized, but it is beautiful.
So maybe life gives you lemons, you make lemonade, and you say, look, haul this tree away, can you make some lumber out of it for me?
Yeah, and we can do that.
Okay.
And like I said, a lot of times people, if they're building a house, we're clearing a lot, they want something from that. You know, maybe that was a cherished oak tree that they want something. So
Right.
we'll cut it. And we had a family just recently that had a walnut tree that the person's grandfather and he planted.
Wow.
And you know, they were going to build a house. They wanted something made. I cut it into lumber, kilned it, took it to a local business, and he made a entertainment center.
I was just
out
going to
of
ask,
it.
can you make recommendations? Say, I have this wood, I want to make something with it, but I have no idea. Do you
We
really
can do that depending on what they want.
We can transform this into a beautiful.
Yeah. And we
such
can
such.
say, you know, what type of woods are best
Right.
for.
Now
for
you
different
mentioned
things.
in passing. You mentioned you killed it. Did you kill it yourself, or do you take it somewhere?
No, we have a
You do
kiln.
it yourself.
We do it.
So you're a one-stop shop. Then.
Yeah, yeah,
That is very impressive.
yeah. Yeah, we can do everything.
And what's the turnaround? Say if Jason has a tree he's got to cut out of his yard today.
If it's a live tree, then we'll probably want to wait a couple weeks to cut it,
Okay.
just because we don't want all of the sap or the water to come out. So we'll probably let it set a couple weeks.
Sure.
And then it needs to be in the kiln an inch or a month an inch. So if you have
A
any couple,
month an
yes,
inch?
Yes, that's yeah.
Is it so
if it's
wet,
air
so
dried,
heavy?
then it's a year an inch.
Wow.
So the kiln really cuts it down.
What?
Yeah.
I never
yeah.
knew that.
Yeah, because you've got to get the percent of the
Moisture level?
the moisture level down to 6 or 8% for it to be stable.
Can I come run the saw?
Yes.
Just for fun.
Yeah.
And look at you. You've got all.
You have all your
obviously
all of my
very safe.
fingers,
That's very
yeah.
good.
So where do we have to go if Jason
Yeah,
wants
this
to
is
play
pretty
with the
cool.
saw
You
under
take-
special protection and watch? Where do we
You
go?
take the Interstate West. It's exit 104, the Earlham exit. You turn to the north. It's about 1.5 miles. Bear Creek Road, thus Bear Creek Hardwoods. You turn to the left, and there's a big barn, and there's my sawmill.
All right. So somebody wants to get a hold of you. What's the easiest way to get a hold of you?
Okay, my phone number, 515-993-4056.
There you go.
Got it.
And if I'm on the mill, I can't hear the phone ring, so you have to leave me a message.
She will call
A
you
lot of people
back.
don't like leaving messages anymore. Leave a message.
Leave a
It's
message.
worth it.
But that is so neat. Thank you for telling us about this. I had
Thank
no
you.
idea.
She has the
Thank you.
cutest name in the world
It's
anyway.
very interesting. Never thought I'd do it. I'm a nurse by profession.
Well, that's
You know,
handy.
yeah, that's handy.
She's good with her
Haven't had to
hands.
use that
Yeah,
yet.
not to use that term, but it is handy.
Yeah.
So,
But wonderful. Well, thank you
Support
so
local,
much.
folks. Think about this the next time you need a great piece of wood. You know?
So you're now a wood practitioner.
I
is
am.
what you're.
My
Perfect.
husband calls me the saw girl.
There you go, Saw Girl. Thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you.
We'll be right back. It is 9.